Hi, Assalamualaikum to all of your parents. I'm Hidayah from Genius Young Minds, where we help your child score in math within a very short period of time. Okay, today we have the 7th question, alright? As usual, I posted out this question earlier today, I think in the afternoon, alright? For all of you to try out at home, for the students and for those parents to try it together with your child or maybe individually, okay? Alright, so this question, another question, will be applying another must-know PSLE math concept. So this question, it applies another must-know PSLE math concept. Alright, so for those of you who are online, why not like, love, and then share this video so that it can actually benefit others whose child is actually maybe needing some help in mathematics. Okay, alright, so let's begin this tutorial today. Alright, today we're going to have this question. Alright, so first things first, before you solve any question, you have to read the question once through to have an overall understanding, and then to pick out the main keywords first, because you need to know what kind of question this is. Then you zoom into what type of concept can be used, and then you apply the concept. Okay, alright, so let's read once through. Andy and Ben had a total of $1,600. Andy spent 3/8 of his money and Ben spent $240. Ben found out that the amount of money he had left was 2/3 of what Andy had left. How much more money did Andy have than Ben at first? Okay, we have this question, and then if we read, somehow we know that these two boys, right, something happened between them. So whenever we have something happening between these two people or items, there's a change, right? And then questions asking about what they have at first. Then they did have something eventually, right? Initially they have 1,600 at first, but question asks how much do you have respectively at first. Okay, so whenever you have this kind of question, you have a change, you have a before, and then you have an afterwards, repeated, and all those things. Straight away, this is actually the before and after question. So we know this is a before and after question. To solve the before and after question, we need to apply the BCA concept. What kind of concept exactly do we use to solve this question, right? We zoom into the change. So usually the main keywords come from the change, right? The C, this C. Why? Because the change will determine whether it is single and change, whether it's total and change, whether it's difference and change, whether it's all changing quantity. The change will determine that, right? The main keywords will determine what kind of concepts we'll be using as a whole. And then after when we zoom into the change, we know exactly which BCA concept we are going to use. Right? So for those of you who are online, please like, love, share this video so that others can benefit from this. Alright, let's start this. Let's identify the main keywords. Andy and Ben had a total of $1,600. This total is an accumulation of Andy and Ben's money. Okay? Then Andy spent 3/8 of his money. He spent. And then Ben also spent. Right? Okay, please take note of this word. Both of them spent. So both of them underwent or undergo the same change, right? But the change is not equal. Both of them went through a change, but the change is not equal. One is 3/8, one is 240, and they did not say it is equal. Right? Then Ben found out that the amount of money he had left was 2/3 of what Andy had left. How much more money did Andy have than Ben at first? Now we have the main keywords. I know this is a before and after question, but which of the before and after question? We zoom into the change. So the spent word, this is my change, right? Both boys have a certain amount of money at first, right? Both boys went through changes, right? One of them spent 3/8, another of them actually spent 240. Both of them spent, but the spending, the change is not equal. So when the spend or the change is not equal, this is known as the all changing quantity concept. Okay, so we're going to use the all changing quantity concept for this question. So we have identified this. Now let's identify the B, the C, the A. Parents, by now you should know, before is usually the first sentence in the question, right? So this is my before, definitely. So Andy and Ben had a total of this amount of money. Okay? Then Andy spent 3/8 of his money. This is my change because of the word spent. Spent is a change keyword, right? So if you have spent, if you have throw, if you have buy, if you have taken away, all this is actually change keyword, right? So we use different kind of vocabulary for mathematics, okay? So they need to know and identify these main keywords first. So Andy spent 3/8 of his money and Ben spent $240. We look at this 3/8, okay? 3/8, we cannot reduce it anymore, right? Once we cannot reduce it anymore, this fraction is already in its simplest form, okay? Which means 3 units and 8 units respectively, okay? So 3 units here is the spent. Who spent? Andy spent, okay? And then the 8 here is my total. Total for who? Andy total before. Which means this is Andy's before. Total amount of money that he had for Andy only. Before he spent. 8 unit is what he has before. Clear? Okay? Then Ben spent $240. So this is actually for Ben. Spent. When I say spend means I minus $240. So just now when I say spend, right, means I minus 3 units away. Okay? Then Ben found out that the amount of money he had left. Whenever you have the word left, means after everything is done, the leftover, the balance, this is my after. Okay? So who had left? Who found out? Ben found out. So again, this fraction cannot be reduced anymore. So this means it's really in its units form. 2 unit belongs to Ben. And then 3 unit belongs to Andy. Okay, if you are not sure, you can put on top there like that so that your child is clearer. And then how much more is comparing. We need to know how much Andy have, how much Ben have, then I compare. Okay, when I compare means this is actually minus. Comparison mode. This is a comparison mode. Okay, at first means I want to know for the before. I have all these keywords already, alright, and I know this is all changing quantity, so let's draw out the table and fill it up. Okay, let's draw the table and fill it up. We're going to draw the table very easy. How many people are there in the story? There are 2 of them. One is Andy and one is Ben. Okay, so we draw out the table. This Andy and Ben. Put in the B, the C, and the A. Okay, once we have this, we leave it like that. Then we're going to fill it up with the information from the question. Right? So easy, step by step. Right, before Andy. Before Andy. Do we know from the first sentence? We do not know. But from the second sentence onwards, we know that there is Andy spent 3/8, right? 8 is his before total. So we know that Andy had 8 units before. Do we know how much Ben have? No, we do not know. Alright, we leave it as blank. Change Andy. We look at change, we look at Andy. How many units? Minus 3 units. Okay? And then we have change Ben. So we go to change, we look at Ben. He spent how much? Minus $240. Right? So the change, you have to put in the sign because this is what they spent or what they add in. Okay? Then we have after Andy. After, and then we have Andy. How many units did I write down there? 3 units. So we put down 3 units. Then we have after Ben. Then we go to after, we go to Ben. How many units did I put? 2 units. We put in 2 units. Okay? Right, so we have all this information down already. We forget to put in our 1,600. So that is actually before their total. So before Andy plus Ben total. So which means here I will put $1,600. Okay, which means Andy plus Ben total. Right? Now, let's look at the column, person with the column that is almost complete or complete already. Look at Andy and Ben. Who is complete? Andy's column is complete. So let's look. Andy had 8 units before. He spent 3 units. How many units should he have here? You have to take 8 minus 3, you should get 5 units. But look here. But the one that the question gave us that Andy and Ben, in the end, Andy have 3 units and 2 units. But when it comes to here, where Andy has 8 units at first, and then he spent 3 units, he's supposed to have 5 units. In this case, right, what we do is, not to worry, we just draw another line of the outer. We divide the outer into 2 sub-rows, okay? Alright, so we have 5 and 3. How do we change 5 and 3 to become the same number? Alright, we times each other. We times each other, okay? So which means I have 15 units here. Here also 15 units. Now we have the same. Andy, we have to make it the same first, because we have information for Andy already. Alright? Now, here we times 3. Here, I times 5. I'm using different colors for you to see. Okay? Alright, all changing quantity is a bit confusing. Alright, so I'm going slow in this case. So whatever I do here, times 3 in the box here, okay? In the box, in the column, the rest of the boxes in the column must do the same. Okay? Means from here onwards. Alright, here times 3, here also times 3, here also times 3. Here becomes 24 units. Here becomes minus 9 units. Okay? Then I have here times 5. Whatever I do to the box in the row, the next box in the row must do the same. Here also times 5 equals to 10 units. Okay? Right, but did we solve the question yet? We have not solved the question, because question said that how much more money Andy have than Ben at first. I know that Andy have 24 units at first, but Ben still blank. What do? We actually go backwards. Right? We go backwards. We go back. So when we go back, okay, when we go back, the change, the minus 240 will become plus. Why? Because at first I have this amount of money, and then I spend $240. If I want to know how much money I have at first, I take back my $240. I take back. When I take back means I add. Okay? Alright, so I plus 240. So which means 10 unit plus $240. Okay? You can put dollars or without dollar sign. It's okay for this. Alright. But it doesn't stop there. Alright? Because we haven't solved. Now we have the units for the before. That is what we want. I want before. So we look at the before row. We look at the before row. Okay? So Ben, before he have 24 units. Sorry, Ben have 10 units plus 240. Andy have 24 units. And I know that whatever Andy have plus whatever Ben have equals to 1,600. Which means 24 units plus 10 units plus 240, this is plus, will give me equals to $1,600. Okay, so what do we do here? We rewrite the equation. Okay, so we put down here 24 unit plus 10 unit plus 240 equal to 1,600. Now, can we solve for 1 unit here? Yes, we can. Okay, so we group up all the unit to one side, all the number to the other side. 24 unit plus 10 unit, this one I do first. So, 24 unit plus 10 unit equals to 1,600. The sign here, the plus sign go over, the equal sign become minus 240 equals to 1,360. Okay, here I get 34 unit. So 34 unit is 1,360. Okay, so far so good, right? So now we solve for 1 unit. So 1 unit is 1,360 divided by 34 gives me 40. Do we stop here? We do not stop here because I need to find how much Andy has and then has individually at first, before first. Okay, so Ben have 24 units. So we can find 24 units straight away here. So 24 unit is equals to 24 times 40. That will give me $960. So this is my Ben. This is Ben. Okay. I stopped for Ben already. Sorry, this is Andy. Okay, so this is Andy. But Ben haven't. Ben, we put it here. Ben. Okay. Ben is 10 units plus 240. How do we solve that? 10 times the unit I know is 40. So we put 40. Answer plus 240 equals to $640. Okay. 960 and 640. I know that Andy at first has 960. Ben at first have 640. How much more did Andy have than Ben at first? What do? We minus them up. Okay. So we take our $960 minus $640 equals to $320. Answer. I hope you get this answer. Just now, there are some parents who actually texted me and then they asked me whether the answer is 320. Yeah, you're right. So you see, along the road, right, the parents and the students themselves, they are more confident to solve problem sums such as this. This can be a 5 marks question, alright, simply by using the correct concept. So it is very crucial that your child is able to read, understand, and identify the keywords, the main keywords, to have the whole idea of what kind of question this is, and then apply and zoom into the concept and applying the concept. So this is how we do problem sums simply. We can't run from the fact that problem sums such as this and more advanced and heuristics problem sums will be getting harder by the day, right? So you have to know how to solve this sum using these concepts. Alright, so how many PSLE concepts are there? Must know math concepts are there? There are 25 PSLE must know math concepts. So are you aware of what these 25 math concepts are? By PSLE, your child must be able to know, apply this concept effectively. Right? So if your child do not know these concepts and you yourself quite lost of what these concepts are, why not come on board to our free trial lesson with me? Okay, this one. Free gym trial lesson with me. Right, we're left with the last 2 days for our trial lesson. I'm going to have the next one on Saturday and Sunday, alright, in Tampines. So just click on the link. It's free, it's completely free, complimentary for you and your child. Okay, so that I can give a very detailed diagnosis of your current child math assessment, alright, currently which level they are. What can we do to help them strengthen all their weaknesses that they have currently and bridge any gaps they have before they move on to the 2018 academic year. Alright, 25 must know math concept must know by PSLE year. Alright, so if you're keen to find out more about our math tuition classes, which have already started ongoing at the moment, I just finished a class actually before this. Alright, our math tuition classes, click on this link. We have an $85 off promo only in December. December is ending very soon. So just click on the link and all the details will be in the link itself. Okay? Alright, so as I mentioned, our gym tuition classes is almost filled up. For my Punggol class, it's already filled up already. I'm still available in Tampines. So for those of you who would like to join my class, it will only be available in Tampines on weekends and weekdays. I have weekdays and weekends as well. Right, one slot each for each lesson. Alright. Okay, so if you have any other question you want to get to me, you can contact me at 9109-8564. SMS or WhatsApp only. Alright, any question pertaining to mathematics, pertaining to your child struggle in mathematics perhaps, or how I can help you to help your child to actually boost his confidence in mathematics, example, right? SMS or WhatsApp me, or you have anything to ask me about this question, go ahead. You can either comment here or via SMS or WhatsApp me. Okay, so this is all changing quantity concept. All changing quantity concept means both item underwent changes which is not the same. Okay, alright, so I hope it's clear. For those of you who are watching a repeated version, replay all the way from the start and then get to know how I solve this sum step by step. Alright, look out for my next video tomorrow, next question tomorrow. Alright, for you to try out at home, either with your child or on your own, and get your child to be more prepared for the 2018 math academic year. Alright, so these have been Hidayah from Genius Young Minds, where we help your child score in math within a very short period of time. Goodbye, everyone.